Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is Stretford Paddock on tour, and Manchester United have reportedly agreed a fee for Bayern Munich's Mazraoui. Yes, Manchester United are close to signing the right back and bringing him into the club, and that could also mean the departure for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We'll also be looking at some Jonny Evans quotes as well and filling you in on what's going down on tour, because right now we have just arrived in San Diego. For us, it's late at night right now, early morning. For you guys at home, it's 10:30 when this goes out. So different time zones for us, but we are now in San Diego. We have been in Los Angeles. We were over there for the game between Manchester United and Arsenal in the SoFi Stadium. Obviously, Manchester United lost in 90 minutes, but won the penalty shootout, which was the real quiz. We picked up some injuries in that game, so we need a few stories to lift our spirits, and this story could be one of those, although I kind of feel a little bit disappointed because it looks like it means Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got to go, and I feel for the price that we're going to get for Aaron Wan-Bissaka and bringing in a new right back and all that kind of stuff, is it worth the upheaval when especially you look at the left back position? Luke Shaw's been chronically injured. Raul Malacia missed the whole of last season. We don't know what's going to go down there. Are they going to be available for this season? Are we going to struggle in that position? Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he isn't someone that's really let us down. All right, he's not that good going forward, but he gives us a different balance and a different player to Diogo Dalot, who also plays in that position and I think is a fantastic player. Mazraoui's more similar to Diogo Dalot. Maybe we're going to go with Diogo Dalot at left back, possibly. Maybe he could be an option there, and you play Mazraoui at right back. But Mazraoui had a few injury issues last season. 18 games missed last season compared to the 10 games in the season prior to that. But 18 games ain't loads, really. It's maybe about a third of the season's games. But still, you don't want to bring in a player who's got those injury problems. He's not as young as some of the targets we've been looking at. Look, let's get stuck into the story. Then I'll give you my thoughts on Aaron Wan-Bissaka and everything else. Manchester United have agreed a fee for Bayern Munich defender Noussair Mazraoui. This comes from Jamie Jackson. This story that I'm going to read to you, this comes from Jamie Jackson, but it's also being given to you from a few other British journalists as well. James Ducker's on it too, and it's being reported pretty much everywhere. Remember that West Ham had a deal agreed for this fella, for a deal worth around 15 million, 12 million plus some add-ons. And Manchester United are possibly looking at a different fee for that, which again, Man United tax, a little bit weird. It could also be though, because Manchester United are paying in installments. Maybe West Ham are going to pay up front. Maybe Manchester United are going to pay in installments. They're going to break it down over a few years, and therefore they're going to pay a little bit more, because we kind of seen the same with, whose release clause would it? Joshua Zirkzee release clause. We paid a little bit more to pay the deal over a few more years, so it could be something like that. But let's get stuck into this story. United are closing in on signing Bayern Munich's Noussair Mazraoui after agreeing a fee of between 15 and 20 million for the right back, with a potential stumbling block the need to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka to finance the transfer. While the Moroccan had been set to join West Ham, that deal fell through, and the East London club is now intent on recruiting Aaron Wan-Bissaka, though a price suitable to United still needs to be negotiated. West Ham had previously agreed a 12.6 million plus 2.3 million price with the German club for Mazraoui. Man United should be getting at least that for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But for some of the talk here, we're going to be getting like £10 million. We spent 50 million on him. Granted, he's got a year left on his contract, but in my opinion, he's worth more than that. He's definitely worth more than that. And that's what makes me think, should we just be keeping this guy? He doesn't kick up a fuss. Maybe, all right, he might say he wants to go and play for regular first-team football. If that's the case, fair enough. Would he sign a new contract? Would Manchester United want to give him a contract in line with the last contract that he received? Because I imagine that would have been quite high considering the way the club were doing things back then. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka is still a decent player. Or maybe we just have to get ruthless and this is it. So let me carry on with this. So we heard about the price tag that they had agreed, close to 15 million, 12.6 plus some add-ons. And Manchester United have agreed a fee of 15 million, which could go to 20 million. Eric Ten Hag coached the 26-year-old at Ajax from 2018 up until his departure from Old Trafford 4 years later, and he believes Mazraoui can aid Antony's form. Nobody can aid Antony's form. Harry Potter can't save this brother, man. Let's forget it. Oh, man. Mazraoui supported the Brazilian and the Dutch club's right flank during the time. It's over, man. Let's just get rid of that guy. I'm all for bringing in Mazraoui. I don't mind him. He's a decent player. But I am unsure about the upheaval in terms of getting rid of Wan-Bissaka. Especially when you look at left back. We need to bring in a player at left back, in my opinion. Because Terrell Malacia is not going to be available really this season. Can we rely upon him? Can we rely upon Luke Shaw? I'm not too sure about that one. So we need to sort that one out there. But yeah, Mazraoui looking like it could be the next signing. Yo, people, sorry for interrupting the video, but I gotta bring you this news. Manscaped is sponsoring Stretford Paddock on tour, and we've got a great code for you. It is Paddock Tour, which gets you 20% off plus free shipping. And check this. It's not the Lawnmower 3.0 or the 4.0. It is the 5.0. It's time to level up and get your 5.0, and you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Paddock Tour. Make sure you're checking it out. You get all your usual goodies, the Shed travel bag, which is new and improved as well, and all the other goodies as well that you usually expect with your Manscaped. But it's the 5.0 with 2 blades now as well, which is incredible, isn't it? That's what you want. You got 2 interchangeable blades on your Lawnmower 5.0. So make sure you're getting stuck in. Your balls will thank you. Use the code. It helps us, and we're helping you as well in it a little bit. And you, of course, helping those boys downstairs. Anyway, see you in a bit. Lenny Yoro injured, man. That's disappointing, isn't it? Pre-season tour again, kicking off to a stinker. Remember when we lost Kobbie Mainoo? Proper disappointing. I'm looking forward to United playing in the Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. It was a good stadium last time. Obviously, we went there. Now that the sponsors of the club and all that kind of, well, not of the club, but of the shirts. Jonny Evans has been talking as well. Jonny Evans was speaking, and he said if he wasn't offered a contract by Manchester United, he would have retired. That would have been a sad day for all involved in it. I absolutely adore Jonny Evans. I'm glad he signed a contract with the club. I think his influence and his experience could be vital to those in the dressing room. I think we even saw I think he would even agree maybe he was used too much last season. You don't expect him to play all those games. You expect some of the senior players, not senior players because this is a senior player, but you know what I mean, some of those players that are expected to be regular starters to be available more often. They weren't ready. They weren't available. Some of those were injured. And Jonny Evans was called upon, and I thought, you know, maybe 1 or 2 games he didn't do well, but more often than not, he stepped up. And he was probably one of our best centre-backs last season. So fair play to him. Signed a new deal at the club and sticking around. Manchester United boyhood fan. You want to see players like that sticking around. So yeah, buzzing with that. It probably is last year though, which is kind of sad. Going to see him retire soon. It's sad when you see things like that. I saw Jonny Evans make his debut and stuff when I was a kid. Shit, I'm getting old, man. I am getting old. But listen, we're enjoying ourselves out here in San Diego. We're going to be meeting up with some Man United fans as well at the Snapdragon Stadium. We're going to be having a little chit-chat with Wes Brown. So make sure you come to the fan zone at the Snapdragon Stadium. And we'll be out and about. So if anyone wants to say hello, feel free to say hello. And if you want to bother Jay and Steve, bother Steve. Everyone, please, bother Steve. He hates it the most, so go and bother Steve. But yeah, if you see us out and about, make sure you come and say hello. And we will see you on the next video. We're live later on today as well. It's going to be all of us, the full team. We're going to try and get set up by the pool or something, so you can see the gaff that we're in, because it's pretty decent. San Diego has been nice to us yet again. Anyway, see you soon. I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.